Well, the nicer weather, it gets us out, and have you noticed it gets some of the birds out? They're starting to chirp in the mornings.
I heard them this morning.
Yep.
It was in fact thinking about Marge, and I saw a cardinal over the weekend. I was outside working in the yard. Listen, Marge Knudsen is here to remind us nesting season, it's approaching.
Yeah, well, she's here. She was off camera. You were referencing her.
Yes.
She's right here. Marge Knudsen. She owns Wild Birds Unlimited. Good to see you, Marge.
Hi, Marge.
Hi.
It's great to see you.
And it is mating season, right? And they're starting to nest.
Mm.
They're going to start to nest here pretty quickly.
Yeah,
they're going to start
probably
raising their
a
young.
little bit later.
Yeah,
They're mating
so
now, so.
But we have a bunch of different options because not all these birdhouses are for all birds.
Right, right.
We have two types of nesters. Well, cavity.
Nester and then open cup nesters.
So I mentioned cardinals off the top.
They're an open cup nester. They're not going to use a house.
And then what are some of the other open cup nesters?
Blue jays, robins.
Robins.
Actually, robins will use a shelf, but they won't go into a house.
And blue jays.
Look at those.
They're open.
Right.
Also, I love little baby birds.
I do
Aren't
too.
they the
I like
sweetest
the baby
little
birds.
birds? I
Okay,
know.
let's talk about some of the-
goldfinches are another open cup.
Let's talk. Look about this is an EcoTuff right here.
That's EcoTuff, and that is a bluebird house.
It's for bluebirds.
It's got an 1.5-inch opening, and of course our houses have clean out accessibility, and they have ventilation, and they have drainage, and those are the things you want to look for when you're looking for any house.
And the drainage right here at the bottom, you can see
Right.
it's not.
And even when you started the conversation with
corners.
this piece, Marge, you mentioned the opening. Even the size of that is meaningful.
Right. For example, wrens and chickadees can do, well, wrens can do 1 inch. Chickadees can do 1 1/8 inches.
And this is small.
That's
Are they
a wren.
precise? When you're talking about 1/8 of an inch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so
So
chickadees.
this is 1 inch right here.
Yeah, that's 1 inch. So
Yeah.
that's just wrens. The 1 1/8 inches could be wren or chickadee. And then when you get into the bluebird size holes, wrens, chickadees, lots of other birds can fit in those.
And these houses, they're environmentally friendly because they're made from recycled plastic.
Right.
And they hold up really, really
They're
well.
pretty solid,
Like
yeah.
that
Yeah.
entire line, when you see it looks like it's made out of natural products and the whole, but when you're talking about season after season and you don't want things that are warping and falling apart and you've got to keep spending the money on those pieces, then look at that line because it is eco-tough.
It is tough.
And
Yeah.
it's easy to clean, and we do recommend at the end of the season cleaning
Yeah,
it
just
out.
hose it down, wipe it
Yeah.
off, and you're
What
good.
about something like this? How does this compare to the EcoTuffs?
That is for like a robin or barn swallows that will nest on a shelf.
Yeah.
Sometimes you'll get a mourning dove that'll use that.
What about like woodpeckers? Growing up, I always loved, in a wooded area, we had a ton of them. What do they prefer?
They are also cavity nesters, and we do have a few houses that are for woodpeckers. I didn't happen to bring any this morning, but yeah.
Okay. Let's keep going down the line
here.
here,
This
Marge.
is a cool piece.
These
What
are
is this?
these are personality pieces.
That's
aren't they?
right. That's right. But again, they have clean out accessibility with a screw. You have to unscrew the bottom on the owl and the back on the other one.
But this
yeah.
one with the opening and the shape, what are we attracting to
You're
our yard?
probably
when we
going
hang
to get wrens, chickadees, or sparrows.
How do you get them to fly in this hole? You got to put food in there? What do you do?
You don't put anything in there. If they're a cavity nester, they're going to look for
They'll
a
find these-
cavity,
they'll
and
find
they'll
them?
also bring their own nesting materials. You can hang out. We have some nesting balls with
Yes.
fluff and things like
Well,
that.
because they always bother my liners. They have like those cocoa liners. Some
yes,
planters
they
on the
love
deck.
that stuff.
They dig through that. Okay, and then we've got one more here to speak about, and
Yeah.
this is really fun.
That's actually a bluebird house, but again, chickadees and wrens and other birds can nest in it too because the opening is 1.5 inches.
Yeah, this is, so if you live, some of us, we live all over the place, and that's what's cool about this area, more like suburban areas or whatever.
Right.
If you live on a golf course or near a nature preserve or wooded area, you might be able to attract some birds that, let's say in my neighborhood, you wouldn't see.
Right.
Like what? What would
Well,
we see?
usually bluebirds don't come into the city. They like open areas, but you might get them on a golf course or something like that. It just depends on your habitat.
I'm going to backtrack a little bit because I still am trying to figure out how these dang birds find these holes. So is placement of these things important? And I imagine
it is.
you got to put it in the right spot for these birds.
First of all, you don't want it close to your feeders or your bird baths because birds don't like to have activity near their nesting sites.
It's got to be somewhere secluded.
Right. And if you can face it so the opening is away from prevailing winds, so
Okay.
north
Away-
or east
gotcha.
or northeast,
So you want to pick a
southeast.
certain side of your property.
Right. Those are usually things that will attract birds to the house
That's
more
a good
easily.
tip, Marge.
And they don't like to have the sun beating in, so don't face it south.
So why are we talking about birdhouses today? Great question. Well, a couple of reasons. It's mating season, which means they're going to be looking to build nests and raise their babies soon. Birdhouses are also on sale this month.
They are.
As luck should have it. So how much are we saving at Wild Birds Unlimited?
20% off all month on birdhouses.
So
20%
every piece that we have
all
here.
birdhouses.
Every-
20%
everyone.
off.
And then Ripley and Riley's birthday party is this month. And I know you
That's
got some
right.
stuff planned. When is this happening?
It's happening the last weekend of the month.
And who is
Saturday.
Ripley and Riley?
Ripley and Riley are on the screen now. Those are our cats. They're my cats, and they come to work with me
They're
when I
resident
work.
cats, right?
Really well with birds. Sometimes cats and birds aren't the best of friends, but they do fine.
They do fine because they don't go outdoors.
Well, what Marge is doing, it's really sweet. She's collecting all of this food and then giving it to the Nebraska Humane Society for the animals there that are waiting to find homes. So that's happening throughout the end of March, and it depends on how much you donate, how much you'll be able to save on so many items. So you see the breakdown on the screen there. We hope you'll support Ripley and Riley and, of course, the Nebraska Humane Society through Marge's efforts. And then you're preparing for a next chapter, Marge. What's going on?
Well, as I mentioned last month, I'm planning on retiring, so I would like to sell the store, and I'm looking for someone who might like to take it over and continue and even grow it, make it better.
You are planning that next phase, right?
That's right.
But you still have this awesome business that, and you're looking for somebody who's passionate about what you are as well.
Right, birds, nature, that sort of thing, yes.
We can
What do you
swing
think?
by.
Me and you? Should we go in on this?
I don't think you would want to be around me that much. I think 1 hour
Oh,
a day
man, could you
is
imagine?
more than enough for
It's a
fun.
robin. No, it's a blue jay.
Wild Birds Unlimited. It's at Rockbrook Village near 108th and Center. Online, wbuomaha.com. We hope you'll shop this month, save on birdhouses, and don't forget to take in some food, and then that way we're supporting another great organization in the area.
Marge, great to see you.
Nice to see you
Thank
too.
you, Marge.
Thank you.
Get well. Get well. Thank you.
Guest of the